Hi guys, and welcome back to Leslie Through the Looking Glass. For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Leslie. For my returning viewers, as always, thank you so much for coming back to support my channel. It really means so much to me. 2 weeks in a row, guys, I'm on it. I almost didn't think I was going to get to record today because my laptop was still not working. I just spent like the last, I don't know, entirely too long messing around with all the settings trying to figure out why my microphone wasn't working, but I think I got it. Fingers crossed that it stays working and I didn't mess anything else up in the process. But yeah, I just wanted to pop in. I want to do I did kind of a quick catch up last week. Life has just been chaotic all around, and yeah, right? That's what it is. So I've been very bad about hosting videos. So I am very sorry that I haven't been on top of that more than I would like to. But we're back today, getting a video up today. Did a quick one last week for my phone, but my microphone wasn't working for the last 2 weeks and I kept messing with it and not figuring it out and forgetting to ask my husband for help. And then today I did it and it worked. So, yes. But things have been okay. The last week things have sort of like stabilized a little bit. We got through my husband's second surgery for his kidney stones, so that was great. He just has stent removal in a couple weeks, and then hopefully he'll be back to 100%. Kind of just swimming along, right? Work has been really chaotic for me. We're changing work schedules. I don't do well with change. That's the anxious brain of me. So that's been stressful to me. But it's okay, and we'll figure it out. And then just trying to enjoy the summer and get stuff done. And it just feels like there's just never enough time, but also so much time. So I've been doing a lot of work on my travel planning, which is awesome. I had a ton of people travel in June. Now I have a decent break until winter time, so I'm trying to get some fall promos and travel possibly out there, and working on all that and doing a lot of training because I love learning and being able to help people with their trips. I just deep dove into Alaskan cruises because that seems to be something that a lot of requests are coming in for. And I had one couple travel and love it. I have price quotes out to two other people on Alaska, and I just have been really doing that and working on consistent social media posting on my Facebook travel page and Instagram, incorporating more travel stuff over there. So all of that's been going on, which is all good, but it's just, it can be stressful and anxious. Scarlett has been a handful. This dog is a project. And for a while it seemed like we are getting so much better, and the last like week or so has been so defeating. She has been a monster. And you know, I try to be so patient. I know she can't see. I know that creates anxiety. I know all of her things going on, and we've been working so hard to like work around them and help her. And the last few, like I said, the last week, her behaviors, we had really gotten most of like the biting and the overtired stuff to kind of slow down and stop. That's back full force. The last 2 nights she hasn't been sleeping. I last night was at my very wit's end with her. I was so tired and she was being so frustrating. We ended up sleeping on the couch for a lot of the night, but that's what's going on there. Last weekend, or no, last Monday was super duper hot. So nope, I take it back. 2 weeks ago, it was super duper hot. So me and Amelia, oh gosh, sorry guys, wouldn't be a mental health Monday without me yawning. Me and Amelia went to see Inside Out 2, and that's really kind of what I wanted to touch base on in the video today. If you haven't seen it yet, I would probably not pay too much attention to this if you plan on going to see it soon, if you're worried about spoilers. Because I am going to talk a little bit about it. I'm going to try not to go into like too many specifics, but I am going to share a little bit about it. Or or at least my thoughts on how they portrayed certain things. So it could potentially give some information away. But I loved the movie. I loved the first one as well. Hold on, let me let Crazy Pants dog out real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, we'll see if she'll let me get this video done. But anyways, the portrayal of I loved the first one and thought the way they portrayed the emotions was perfect. In this one, the portrayal of anxiety to me was so connected. It put such a good picture to how I feel a lot of times. There is a scene, this is where the spoiler alerts come because I feel like I can't talk about this without mentioning this specific scene. There's a scene where anxiety has a room of little workers coming up with all the worst case scenarios that could happen in the situation that Riley's in. And the rest of the crew stumble upon it and see it happening. And I can't tell you how hard that hit because this is what I do. I think of all the worst case scenarios all the time. Then there's a scene at the end where anxiety takes over headquarters. And she's just zooming around the control panel. And it looks like just this twisted ball of yarn of anxiety just spinning so fast, right? And I was like, God, what an impressive visual for how it feels when you're in this spiral of anxiety, right? Like, oh, felt so crazy to watch something going on in this animated head that feels so similar to what I personally feel and go through with my anxiety. Now, I'm sure maybe for everybody, it's, anxiety is different for everybody to some degree. So I don't know if everybody feels like it was as specific to them as it did for me, but it really did. And I sobbed at the end of the movie. It was so good. But I feel like on top of just the fact that those of us who struggle with these things will really feel like they get it, right? You feel seen, you feel like okay. But what I think is so valuable about this movie and about how they did this and so well summed up how this works inside the brain, like really it's impressive, is that people who don't understand anxiety, who haven't struggled the struggles, who get like the anxious before a big test or a big game or a big event, right? Everybody experiences an anxious moment, but not a lot of people, I shouldn't say not a lot of people, a lot of people don't always get the full sense of anxiety like those of us who struggle with it do. And this is such a good representation for people who don't really understand it to get a perspective of what it's like living with it. So I really am hopeful that parents watching this with their children who have a family member or friend who suffers with anxiety are going to see this and really understand it better, because it really, to me, gives such a great picture of what it is like living with anxiety owning your brain. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to touch on that a little bit because it was so interesting to me how they did it and how much I connected with that and how much I felt like it gave a good example of what it feels like inside my head. So I highly recommend checking it out if you haven't already seen it. It's so good. Especially if you have some stuff with mental health like I do. It really helps, I feel like, make you feel like you aren't alone. And we're not alone, right? There's tons of us. So, enough people that they made a whole movie about this. And that's just kind of cool. It helps open up the dialogue. It helps make this more common, brings it to the forefront. Like, it's just a very cool thing in my mind. But yeah, so that's all I kind of wanted to come on and talk about today. Sorry guys, my hair's being a little weird. I'm trying to get used to the short hair life, and I tried curling it. I just need it to grow. But yeah, that's all I got today, guys. I hope everybody is doing well. Please check in the comments. Let me know how you've been doing. I am hopefully going to be back on this regular routine now. I got the laptop working so I can do my videos easier and it doesn't take 100 years to upload. I I'm going to really try to be back to every Monday after skipping those few. But I hope everybody has a fun and safe 4th of July, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.